My name is Krishna Maut, and this video is for the fulfillment of assessment 3 of research methodology REM502. And my research topic is cloud computing and its role in e-commerce business transformation. Without getting further ado, let's get started. The first slide is of introduction. As we know, cloud computing has so many benefits. If I have to say one benefits, then with adopting cloud, you do not need to focus on the IT infrastructure. It's like outsourcing the IT infrastructure to another company so that we can only focus on our niche of expanding business, and we can focus on our core competencies. With this thing in mind, we have set some research questions. Some of them are to evaluate the efficiency and effectiveness, to analyze the pros and cons, to know the security challenges faced by the business, and to know how scalable business can be by adopting cloud. So the overall objective of my research is to measure the impacts of cloud computing on the e-commerce. To support that, we have some literature review. I have been using this literature review from the very first phase of annotated bibliography. And the first research is of from the Deloitte. It is the survey done in the Australia over the 500 business houses, and from that research finding, the survey has concluded that the 78% of the respondents have feel the productivity by adopting the cloud. Similarly, other key factors using clouds are cost saving, elasticity, and there are other key factors also. If we can see here, 52% of the respondents have feel the cost saving by adopting cloud, and 30% have feel the elasticity. That means their business can go flexible at peak and off hour. These are some of the findings from the Deloitte. And another literature review is from Chuang and Nakatani. This research was conducted on the Taiwan-based company, over 45 companies, and the table shows the mean value of their findings. It shows that the cost is highly feasible for the large-scale enterprises, whereas small enterprises cost effective is compared to in below the margin. So cost can be effective for large scale enterprises, whereas business can go scalable for small enterprises, whereas large scale enterprises are already scaled. So small enterprises can go scalable by adopting cloud. Similarly, another research literature is from Abdul Karim and Al-Asadi. They have discussed some of the security challenges and the features of the cloud computing, and some of the security challenges are connectivity, security and privacy, compliance, data storage, trust, and so on and so forth. Whereas some of the features, or we can say advantages of adopting cloud by the business, are cost reduction, gradation, convenient, security, productivity, efficiency, which we have already talked in previous literature review also. These are some of the literature, whereas the proposed methodology for this research is the mixed methodology, which is the combination of both quantitative and qualitative analysis. The triangulation shows, or this triangulation shows the better validity and credibility of the findings. So we are using both quantitative and qualitative analysis. Obviously, the experience gained by other businesses and stakeholders can be used as a qualitative finding, whereas the service data and statistic can be used as a quantitative analysis, and combining both, we can get a greater valid result and finding. So the method used for this proposed methodology will be case study and survey. Obviously, case study will be on behalf of qualitative analysis, and survey will be on behalf of quantitative analysis. We will be studying, analyzing several case study all around the world, so that we bridge the gap between, or we bridge the gap of being limited to the certain geography only, so that all the cases and scenarios from the Western world also can be addressed through my research. And we'll be using the survey using which has the questionnaire of Likert scale, 1 to 5 Likert scale, where respondent will be sharing their experience in terms of rating from 1 to 5. So these two methods will be used for the research purpose. And another one is that the conclusion. Obviously, the major conclusion of our research, or tentative conclusion, is listed here. And using the case study, I have already mentioned we will be addressing the worldwide scenario so that we will not limit our research to some certain geography, such as, for example, the research was conducted on Australia only, some research was conducted on Taiwan only. But using the case study from the Western world or any other business from other part of the world will bridge the gap of being limited into the certain geography only. And obviously, the triangulation method using mixed methodology increase credibility and validity so that our finding will be more valid and will have more credible findings. And other conclusion is that using Likert scale will be incorporating using Likert scale will be conducting survey which will be incorporated to analyze the effectiveness, competitiveness, and pros and cons of the cloud computing over the business transformation. Similarly, systematic literature review and case study will be used to analyze the security challenges, scalability, for the business firms adopting cloud computing. These are some of the tentative conclusions that I have listed here. So another one is the proposed timeline. As we have limited time interval, our proposed time interval will be from 1 to 12 weeks, from where we will be developing plans, collecting items, choosing relevant case study, similarly preparing questionnaire, selecting sample sizes, and so on. And in week 5, we will be conducting the survey using 1 to 5 Likert scale. We'll finalize that data collection in week 7. We'll analyze and interpret that data in week 9. And similarly, we'll draft our findings and conclusion in week 10. We'll prepare our final proposal in 11, and we'll be submitting our research in week 12. And this is my tentative proposed timeline. And last, obviously, there are some references which I have been using these references from the very first assessment of annotated bibliography, and with the same case studies and the research article, I have been going through all the assessment. So here are some, but it is not limited to this only. I've only mentioned 5 of them. Others references are listed in my proposal itself. So thank you for accepting my research proposal. Thank you.